I'm John Anderson, and you're watching Mariners TV.
Lee, you had to show a lot of patience there, got a goal very close to the end. What were your thoughts on the game overall?
Oh, it's a funny old game, as they say. In my mind, we've played much better against Matlock and much better against Morpeth than we did tonight, and yet we've picked up more points tonight than we did in those two games combined. So, funny old game, but 3 clean sheets on the bounce now, and that is huge. You always give yourself a chance, we looked really tired, and that's understandable. Pitch is really heavy at the moment. A few lads have talked about it. It was obviously a big shift on Saturday, a lot of adrenaline on Saturday, and you always talk about after the Lord Mayor's show and hopefully not being the case, and there was a little bit of an element of that, but it's not for the lack of trying from the boys, and you're seeing with 2-3 minutes to go, the players that are prepared to put their bodies on the line, blocking shots in around the penalty box, and that's the dirty side of the game, the not so glamorous side of the game that we've done well tonight when we had to keep them out and to get 3 points.
That must have been the most pleasing thing, the defensive effort there, the lack of chances that you gave FC United. They're a very good attacking side.
Yeah, I think they've created some decent situations. We've got ourselves into some decent situations, and it was, to be honest with you, 1-0 was probably on the low side in terms of, based on the number of good situations that were created in the game by both sides. I think 1-0 is a low end score for what could have been. Credit FC in terms of they really try and play the game the right way in my book, and they've played some nice football at times. They're still work in progress as a side, as are we, this will hopefully be the start of a good run for us now in our league campaign, because we certainly need one. And if we can put some, a string of results together, then we'll start climbing that table really quickly.
You mentioned that some of the lads looked tired out there. I guess that made it even more important that the subs made a really big impact when they came on, and Josh and Will in particular, I must be delighted with.
Fantastic. They've obviously, it's those 2 players you mentioned, Will McCamley and Josh Gillies, who've ultimately won us the game in the end. Great bit of skill from Will, which is what he has got that in his locker. Just do something a little bit different. He's a sparky player, and he's produced a moment of real quality in the opposition box. And Josh has kept a cool head and been in the right place at the right time. But outside of that, Josh has contributed with some really bright bits of play, which is what we needed. We talk about it being a squad game. Even more evidence to kind of reinforce that tonight.
You mentioned after the Morpeth game, in terms of the league form, that you just needed a goal to go in off someone's backside or something like that, and the goal wasn't quite as fortuitous as that.
Yeah.
But it was important all the same, wasn't it, to get that goal, to get that ball rolling there.
Thought it was going to be another one of those nights, when Kempy's tried that acrobatic effort and it's come off the woodwork, and and Jason, who you put your house on him finishing that 1-on-1, but we've got there in the end. Yeah.
And moving ahead to Saturday's game now, we've got Colne in the FA Trophy. At home, obviously, maybe a chance to change things up a little bit and get a few minutes at the lads who really need them.
Quite possibly. Yeah, like you say, there's a number of players that were out there tonight who've played a hell of a lot of football. You look at the likes of Callum Ross. I think Callum Ross has played every minute of every game so far this season. And there'll be a few more who are out there tonight who've played, back to back games, for weeks now. Tuesday, Saturday, and that takes its toll. Not just physically, it takes its toll mentally as well. You talk about at the top end of the game, Premier League managers complaining about you know, having 3 games in 8 days or whatever. Well, we've done that for weeks now, one after the other. So it's tough. A lot of teams are in the same boat though, and again we've got to utilise our squad and to make sure that we, you know, keep getting the maximum return from the games that we do play.
Just finally, a massive contrast to the obviously from the last time we played FC United when there was 3,000 fans in, only the 300 in tonight. What would you like to say to the ones who weren't able to get here, who maybe will be watching on the stream?
Yeah, well, again, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? Because we know it would have been another just absolute bumper crowd here tonight, and you know, I feel sorry for the FC United fans as well. You know, they had a small number of them here, and again, credit to their football club for the way they've supported their team and conducted themselves tonight. And you know, it's just such a shame, isn't it, that, you know, 2 clubs like ourselves can't enjoy, you know, a game tonight that would have been a real spectacle, you know, both off the pitch and on the pitch had everybody been able to attend.